My dear friends, let's give some tzedakah in the pushka and tzedakah, tefillah, our prayers, our mitzvahs, our charity, our learning of Torah will ultimately bring us that we should see the end, the light in the end of the tunnel. We're all focused on the tunnels that Eretz Yisrael, our dear soldiers, are battling. But there is light at the end. And that light is the light of redemption. And may God help that this should be happening right now. Divine Providence, this morning, I had opportunity to pray Shachris, to daven the morning services in the Chabad of Larchmont, Mamaroneck, in New York. And my eye caught something very beautiful. And I have to say, it was really beautiful for me to see that. They obviously have a Hebrew school, and they're teaching the kids about the parsha of this week, which is Teruma, where the Torah discusses the different objects that needed to be done for the Beis Hamikdash, such as the menorah, the famous candelabra, the table, the holy ark, etc., etc. And my eye caught side by side two objects. One, a cute little Lego menorah, and next to it stands a Hanukkah menorah. It was standing side by side, and I realized the kid got it right. This one got it wrong. What am I talking about? What do I mean? That menorah in the temple, the candelabra, we always imagine it, or generally it's imagined as something which is the rounded branches, just like this. This one is obviously not from the temple. This has 8 branches. The one in the menorah in the Beis Hamikdash had 6 branches and one in the middle. But it is designed with the idea as we usually know the one that was done in the temple was rounded. Where is this coming from? From the Arch of Titus. But there is this design how the Jewish people, when they were expulsed from Jerusalem by the Romans, they carrying on their shoulders this menorah. But as the Rebbe points out, it is wrong. We look in Chumash. Rashi says, where Rashi describes the menorah, says the branches were be'alachson. Be'alachson means angular. They're exactly how this kid made it. They go on an angle, reaching the same height. Furthermore, eventually, they found the manuscript of the Rambam, a design, a diagram that the Rambam himself made. And as you can see in the picture here, he made it angular. And the Rebbe keeps on saying the necessity to correct this mistake. Now we wonder, why make such a big issue of it? Why is it so important if it's round, it's angular? We don't have it anyway now. Mashiach is coming, we'll have the Beis Hamikdash, and they will see it. And they will see, obviously, that it's angular. But why is this such an important campaign? Now, share a little quick story. When the Rebbe visited the Camp Gan Yisrael in New York, and it was the last minute, the staff wanted to make sure that the camp looked ship-shape, and then they realized that one of the doors, like in camp, had a huge hole, and they couldn't fix it. There was no time to fix it, for it should look nice and presentable when the Rebbe comes. So a fellow had a great idea. There's a halacha that says that in a home we should have a arm's length on an arm's length, something unfinished, the wall, be a raw wall, to commemorate the destruction of the temple. Zeicher l'churban, to commemorate the destruction of the temple. So he quickly took a pen and wrote on top of this hole, Zeicher l'churban, to commemorate the destruction. The Rebbe walked by, noticed that door, noticed that hole, and noticed that description. And the Rebbe stopped and said, Zeicher l'churban, we have to do something to commemorate the destruction? The destruction we see. We live it. What do we need? Zeicher l'binyan. We have to make something to commemorate the rebuilding of the temple. So the Rebbe teaches us a fundamental thing. What are we focusing on? To use the tunnels today, unfortunately, not just as a metaphor, but as a reality. What are we focusing on? Are we focusing on the darkness of the tunnel? Are we focusing on the challenge of this tunnel? Are we focusing on the dangers of these tunnels? Are we focusing on those murderers that are hiding in this tunnel that the Jewish soldiers have to sacrifice their lives to rid of them? Or are we focusing on the light which is at the end of the tunnel? And that's what the Rebbe tells us. Our focus should be on the redemption, the imminent redemption, on the light coming from the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel, I should say, which is the Beis HaMikdash. Says the Rebbe, let's not focus on the menorah, the way it's designed by the one who destroyed the temple, but rather the menorah which the Torah describes, which is going to be imminently in the Beis HaMikdash. So friends, rendezvous at the entrance of the Beis HaMikdash now.